Hi YouTube, Katie here with VAPEGIRL Review, and today I wanted to do an instruction video for you guys. I've had a couple of people contact me asking me how to do certain things. These are new vapers or vapers who just started and or people who want to get started on vaping but they don't know how. Maybe they smoke and they want to quit. But anyways, so I want to take you newbies through some steps to help you get started. So right off the bat, when you get your mod, you need to figure out if you're getting a mod by itself or if you're getting a kit, because it matters. It matters which one you're getting. If you're getting just a mod by itself, you're going to still need to go buy a tank. And you also still need to get some coils and you need to pick out your juice. But anyways, no matter what, you still need to get coils and juice. So if you get a kit would be something like this. The mod with the tank. This is the Kanger Subox Nano. And this is a kit. So when you get it, it'll come, I think it comes with a coil or two with it. But you get your tank and your mod. But you do not get a battery. This is something you need to know. I know that I've had, my sister-in-law actually bought the Kanger, the different one. I'm not sure which Kanger she got, but it wasn't this one. And she, this is funny, she tried to charge it and she didn't understand why it wasn't working. So, well, it wasn't working because she didn't put a battery in it. Isn't that funny? But anyway, so when you get your mod, you also need to buy an 18650 battery. I recommend 3000 milliamp hours. So, you know, that's what I personally would like to get. This is not, I think this is 2000. Yeah, I'm not sure what this is as far as milliamp hours goes, but lately I have been making sure I'm getting something 2500 or more as far as up to 3000. You get your starter kit, you have to also buy an 18650 battery unless the battery is built in. There are some things that have built-in batteries. So really the key is to know if you're getting something with a built-in battery or if you're getting something where you need to get an 18650 battery or if you need to get two 18650 batteries. We'll get to that in a minute. But to newbies, maybe you're getting just a starter kit that's more simple, probably only require one battery. So this is, like I said, the Kanger Subox Nano. This does take one battery. You have to make sure you're doing the right side as far as positive and negative. You can totally mess up your mod if you make this mistake and put it in backwards. You have to always be aware of where you're putting your battery. So I will say that. So on this case, the minus goes up here and the positive is down here. I have mine marked with a plus sign so then I know that this side is positive, but you can also tell by the little nubbin. But some batteries are tricky when you're looking at it, so you can make the mistake. So just make sure you're always aware. So this positive is going to go down here like so. And there you go. She is turned on. Typically, you gotta do 5 clicks to turn it on or off. Yeah, well, this one took more than that. But whatever. But yeah, there's that. Now, that is just one example. Here is my Cloupor Mini Plus. Also, this takes one battery. This has the positive on the upside and the negative down here. I have this marked again, positive. So to fill this thing up, make sure your positive goes at the top. Just like so. Now, if you're getting a dual mod that requires 2 batteries, it'd be like this. This is the Sigelei 150. Now, the Sigelei 150 does take 2 batteries, so 2 18650 batteries. And it's obviously not built in. But like I said, there are some things out there that have built-in batteries. So really just ask around or read all the information about whatever you're going to buy. So my first mod had a built-in battery. It was the Aspire CF Maxx. That was my first mod, that big boy. But anyways, he was built in, so you just had to charge him. But you know, I'll put some information about that in my description. But anyways, so this requires the positive to be on the bottom for the left side. So we're just going to make sure we're doing that right. Again, I have this marked. So here we go, positive. And now the positive is on the top for this one. Again, you must be aware or else you could really do damage to your device. Oops, I always forget. Oh, dang it. I always mess this stuff up. I am very fumble fingers, if you know what I mean. Anyways, so here's that. Now let's see. Positive goes up top. I'm just going to double check, make sure I didn't get it all mixed up. So there we go. And just like so, it's in. Five clicks on, and she's starting up. So there's that. Now, after you purchase your device, whether it's a kit with the tank or just a mod, you will need to get a tank. As far as tanks goes, there are a few that I like. I just reviewed the Heracles Plus by Sense. I really like that tank. I also like the Aspire Atlantis tanks, whether it's the version 1 or version 2. I like both of those tanks, although I would recommend getting the version 2. I really think it's just a upgrade. So that is my opinion on that. This is the Cloupor Mini Super Tank. And yes, I gave this a BC as far as rating goes in my review, but for the price point, I believe it's about 20 bucks. And especially if you're going to be vaping under 50 watts, I think this is a fine tank to start with. Again, it would just be a starter, so whatever. Nothing too fancy. I'm currently trying out this Aspire Triton 2 tank. I'm actually really loving and really digging this tank right now too. But anyways, just shop around, watch some reviews, you know, find the tank that's right for you, find the mod that's right for you. Now, in this video, I am also going to show you what to do with your coils and your juice. When you get your tank, you're going to need to find out if there's already a coil in there for you. Like so. This is the Kanger Subox Nano, and this is their coil. This is currently a 15 watt to a 60 watt, and it is the 0.5. So anyways, so what you're gonna do, here's your coil unscrewed and out. You're going to need to prep your coil. Now obviously this is all juicy, but you know, when you get it, it's going to be completely bone dry. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to take your juice, whatever flavor you picked out, take off its lid, and do a drop on each little circle. This one only has 2 circles. So you're going to drop it on each circle. The Atlantis coils, I think they have 4 circles. But you need to go around and make sure you saturate those. Not oversaturate, just put one drop, one singular drop. Now, and then you're going to want to take to the top, and you're going to want to put your e-liquid just around the inside, and a drop down the middle is what I do just because. But you're wanting to, it's called priming your coil. That is called getting your coil ready. You got to do it. Now, after you do that, you're going to put it, you can actually, I leave them on the, I screw them in first and then do that, like so. That's what I do. So then you're ready to fill up your tank. For this tank, and for some of the tanks that I told you about, they're bottom fills. So you need to fill them up when this is off, like so. This is not this flavor, or else I would fill this one up. But, you know, this is the donuts. Yeah, this is caramel. I'm not going to mix that. Well, I guess caramel donuts would be okay, but that bothers me. I'm not going to mix it. Anyways, so here you go. So here is where you're going to put your juice. You're going to make sure you're going to put it down here. And this one you'd only fill up to like so. You don't want to fill it over this hole. Then it would just spill out down here. And then you're going to lose e-liquid, which is always a sad day. Trust me. And then once you put your juice in, you're going to screw on your coil. Just till it's tight. You don't need to, you know, kill it or anything. Then you're going to screw your tank back on to your mod. Now, assuming you have your battery in, and now you have your tank on, you are ready to go. This is off. 5 clicks on. And then you adjust your wattage. This is at 41. I'm going to put it to 40. You beginners, I recommend starting and working your way up, unless you know you like hot hits. Now, if you know you like hot hits, you know, then you're going to like the higher wattages. But to start with, I would say a good starting point would be 30 watts. That way you can work down if you need it down, or work up if you want it hotter. But you can do it in increments so that you can find what's good for you, not for anybody else, for you. Everybody vapes at a different wattage, and there's nothing wrong with someone who vapes 100 watts versus someone who vapes 30 watts. It does not matter. So once you have that all in place and you adjust your wattage, I'm going to do 40. Then you can begin vaping after you prime. I'm sorry, you cannot begin vaping. You got to wait just a couple minutes for the coil to soak in more e-liquid. And you can speed that up by priming your coil more by sucking in like this. You do not fire it. You're not pushing the button. You're just pulling in e-liquid to that coil. Now, ooh, something came flying up. That's gross. Anyways, now that you've primed it and you've waited maybe 5 minutes, you know, whatever, you know, it can be 2 minutes, you know, whatever. I mean, just keep sucking on it until keep sucking on it until you think that you pulled enough e-liquid into that coil. Now you can begin vaping. You have your wattages set, you know, your coil's primed and ready to go, and now you can take your hit. Now to start, you can take small hits just to try it out. You do not put it, you know what, this is something I need to share with you. I have many times had a smoker say, can I try that? And I'm, you know, I'm not too weird with it. So I'm like, sure, whatever. Go ahead and try it. And they're like, they put it in their mouth and then inhale it. And I'm like, they're like, and they're smokers. So I'm like, that's really weird. You take it straight to your lungs. I know some people do mouth to lung hits at lower wattages, you know, and that's fine. But if you're a big smoker and you want that full feeling, that warm feeling hitting your throat and your lungs, you're going to want to do straight from the tank to your lungs hit, like so. I'm breathing the whole time. I'm not stopping for it to be in my mouth. It's going straight from this, like I'm breathing it, like this. I'm not waiting. You know, I don't want you guys to be put off from vaping because you think that it's harder than smoking and it's more hurtfulness. And that's not true. Vaping is so much better for you. End of story. I don't care what anybody else thinks or says. There's no way that the 2 or 3, 4 ingredients or whatever, the few amount of ingredients that's in the e-liquid is worse than all the toxic, disgusting stuff that's in a cigarette. So this is worth trying for you guys. Now, I have this one set at 45 watts. I'm going to put this one at 50. And actually, I'm going to take the battery out of my Nano and put it in my Cloupor Mini because this battery was dead. Now, some of these come with, like this one comes with a charger, like not with a charger. It might come with a charger, I'm not sure. But there's a port where you can charge it. If that's the case, then you can just charge your batteries with a corded charger as long as it fits. I prefer putting them on the, you know, charging ports. That is my preference. Now look, I'm checking. Plus side, plus side. Don't want to make that mistake and ruin it. So there's that. And now this one. There. Battery's dead anyways though, but I just don't want to lose it. I'm very, very scared that I'm going to lose a battery. So Again, as far as vaping goes, I'm at 50 watts. I'm going to take this straight from the tank and as if I'm breathing it in. Now, I mean, you could do a mouth hit. It's just there. I don't like it. That's, I mean, whatever. But I've noticed that the people that have tried my stuff when they've done mouth to lungs hit, especially if they're new at it, it's been hard for them. They makes them cough, which is very weird to me. I'm looking at them like, why are you coughing? And also, I'll say this, if you are a seasoned vapor and you're watching this, you know, obviously this video is not for you, but if you're watching this, I have noticed that when they take my mod, I don't adjust the wattage for them. I kind of just give it to them and let them go for it. That's such a mistake. And I've made this mistake. And, you know, we need to make sure that if you're trying to encourage someone to stop smoking, that we adjust the mod for them down to an appropriate starting vape. Like I said, I recommend starting at 30 watts. Unless you've never done anything. If you've never vaped or smoked, which my husband gets on me because I didn't smoke before vaping. He did, but I didn't. So he's like, you know, really, you shouldn't be vaping. Whatever. I love vaping. It's like my favorite thing. So whatever. I have his support, but you know. But when I started off, 25 watts was where I started. This is 25 watts. You can feel it. It's very cool though. It's a cool vape. Now that I vape more, I prefer a little bit warmer. I don't like hot, but I do like warmer, which is this, 50 watts. Now, some final notes for you guys. Watch your e-liquid. When you start to get low, fill it back up. And to do that, you just unscrew it. Well, not this one. This one's a top fill. And not that one, because that one's a top fill, which, you know, we'll get into that. But you just unscrew it and fill it back up to below the hole. Put it back on and screw it back onto your mod, and you are ready. You're ready to go. Whoops-a-daisy. Your mod, most mods come apart for cleaning. You can completely disassemble one, put it in hot water, clean it out, dry it off quickly. I don't like to let the water sit on my stuff, you know. I just prefer not to do that. So I rinse it really well, do once over with my fingers while it's in the water, pull it out, and then I dry it off. If you have a tank that comes completely apart, that's not a problem. However, some tanks only come apart at the bottom, and you know, that kind of just sucks. That's why I kind of recommend, you know, maybe doing the Atlantis version 1 or version 2 tanks, you know. Now this tank, if you're interested, I will be reviewing this later this week, probably towards the end of the week or maybe the beginning of next week. This is the Aspire Triton 2 tank. This is a top fill. It does come completely apart at the bottom, and to put your coil in, you need to do what you did prior, but this tank is a top fill, and so is this one. Top fills are different. You don't need to fuss with the coil. You just unscrew wherever it is, it comes off. And you fill it up like so. Right now this is closed off because this is open. They've really designed this so that you can't really have a lot of leaking. So they've got that closed off for you. But anyways, so yeah, there's that. You know what? That's the one thing. This would be one of my only complaints about this mod, this tank. I'm talking vaping stuff, so it all just falls out of my mouth. Now this one is kind of difficult to get off, especially if your hands are juicy, or if you have lipstick on your mouth and you get it on your tip. So let me see if I can, don't judge. Anyway, so here, you can just fill it up via there. And I'll show you this one. This one is my caramel, so that's fine. Take it like so, and squeeze. and then fill it up to where, with the top fill, usually you can go right up to the top, not a big deal. But with the bottom fill, you just got to make sure you don't go above the hole that's in the center. So there is that. Then you just put your tank back together and stick it back on your mod, and you're ready to go. And if your battery dies, you just got to charge it. I recommend, no matter if you have a dual battery mod or just a single battery mod, you know, if you have a single battery mod, just have two on hand. And I recommend getting a charging port so that one can be ready to grab while the other one is dying, and you can charge it and grab the other one. It just makes it simpler for you, I think. It makes it simpler for me, personally. So yeah, that just basically sums it up. I'm sure there's more details I could give you. I mean, there's lots of details on different types of mods, different types of tanks, you know, that you're just going to need to search and read about. You know, find something that you think looks great. There's different wattage ranges. I do want to talk about that. You need to make sure you're getting the right coil for what wattage you like to vape. You can find the information available to you on your coils, or if you're at the store, just ask them what wattage is. Because if you go higher than a coil's made for, you will burn that coil up and your stuff will taste like shit. Not even kidding. And then you'll be done. You have to just waste $5 on a coil that you burned to hell. So you have to watch that. As far as the Atlantis coils go, my husband does a 1 ohm, which is, I think, don't quote me if I'm wrong, it's 40 to 50 or 40 to 60 or something like that. As far as watts go, I like the 0.3 ohm coils, which go up to 75 watts. I think it's 40 to 75 or 30 to 75. I like the range because I like to play around with the ranges. If you do just a 0.5, I think it's 25 or 20 to 35. That's where you're going to need to stay. I mean, of course, you can do like one above 25 if you're above 35. If you're doing like one vape 36, if you know, that's not going to hurt it. But if you fire a wattage if you fire a coil up that's wattage only goes up to 35 at say even 50, 65, 50, 55, 65. Yeah, you're going to ruin your coil, and, you know, just bad things happen, so just don't do that. Also, just be informed, if you're getting a nickel coil, you have to have a mod that vapes in temperature mode. Bad things can happen also if you get nickel and you don't put it in temperature control mode. So for right now, I would say stick with Kanthal coils. If you're a beginner vapor, don't fuss with anything else. Just get your Kanthal coils or your stainless steel coils. Just avoid the nickel coils and just vape in power mode and wattage mode. And that way you don't have to worry about it. So yeah, these are just some of my thoughts. You know, I know that some of you want to know what to do or how to do it. If you need more details, I can definitely talk with you. Just send me an email at vapegirlreview@gmail.com. I will get back with you as detailed as possible. Or if you want to know my opinion on what mod to get or what tank to get and what coils and ranges you should get and or start at, you know, send me an email at vapegirlreview@gmail.com and I will get back with you and try to help you shop. As far as shopping goes, you obviously know I like globalvapersllc.com, and you can use VapeGirl, one word, to get free shipping. So I think that's great. Now you can shop at whichever place you find the best prices at, and if you find offer codes, fantastic. I do know that some places though have great prices, but then they charge a butt ton for shipping. So there's that. You got to just take into account all of those things. So yeah, just let me know. Let me know what your opinions are. I'm not going to tell you what my favorite is of this or that. You guys can watch the reviews. I will tell you that this is my current favorite mod, but I am going to upgrade. I'm going to save up my pennies and get the Fuchsia 200 watt. So of the Sigelei. I really like Sigelei's stuff. That's where I am right now. But I haven't really been able to vape more expensive stuff currently because I don't have a lot of money. Let's face it, we're people and we have bills to pay. So unless we have extra money laying around, we can't get the $200 devices. So, and that's fine. So these devices are great at lower price points. So, you know, you can start small and then add to it. Anyways, well, that's all I have for you. I wanted to do just a quick video. And I mean, I didn't take it to the table or break everything way apart for you guys. Maybe I will do that for you in another video, like another tutorial of how to clean your tank and this and that and blah, blah, blah. You know, maybe I'll do that for you later. But for now, I just wanted to give you a step ahead of what you were. So if you didn't know anything, now you know a little bit of something. So there's that. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go. Now, this one's at 45 watts. I actually want to take this up to 50. 50. Yeah, I really love the Sigelei, and I'm really starting to dig this tank. Again, this is at 50 watts as well. And like I said, this tip does just fine at 50 or under. I'm not a big fan of the coils that comes with the Tobacco Super Tank Mini, but you can use other coils, so not a big deal. One final thought I do want to tell you. You see I'm wearing my Vape Juice shirt? This ends tomorrow night at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. Right now, you can get on and get a free 30 ml bottle of e-liquid for your choice of e-liquid. You just have to pay for shipping and or put it in with your order, whatever. But yeah, it is VapeGirl Review 15, and that gets you a free 30 ml bottle. The shipping is $5, so you'll pay $5 if that's all you're getting. Or you can make an order, and at above $50, it's free shipping. You can get the free bottle with your order. I do know that they have their holiday packs on sale. I think they're 25% off. So you can get, for $50, 220 ml bottles, 2 30 ml bottles, and 2 10 ml bottles. Plus, you can get your free bottle of e-liquid with that order. So don't miss out on that. That ends tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, the offer code is VapeGirl Review 15. And I'm going to go now, really going to go. I know I said that before, but I am going to go now. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will see you later this week. Bye.